This month on the Speak Out and Play podcast, I'll discuss what's in the works for the channel, what videos you'll see over the next few weeks, and part 2 of my series on how to create a wargame YouTube channel. So stay tuned. Hello and welcome to the Speak Out and Play podcast for August 2023. And I'm going to begin by discussing what I have recently completed, which you may have seen posted on my channel, which is the Kickstarter video for the Blitz in the East game by Vento Nuovo Games. This is the third Kickstarter video that I have made for the company, and they're the ones that gave me my first opportunity to make Kickstarter videos back with Black Swan in 2020. And I followed that up with Orange Swan the following year, and now they are doing Blitz in the East. You know, shooting a Kickstarter video like that, I really enjoy because it kind of fits within my métier, I guess you could say. It's the purpose of it is to really convey the feel of the game in 3 minutes or less. And of course, I've done this with Vento Nuovo Games and with DVG Games. And the purpose of the video isn't to explain everything about what the game's all about. That's what the Kickstarter page is for. The video is really about showcasing the game and the components and providing a feel of what it intends to be to the gamer who might be interested in obtaining it. So that's the approach that I use when I make Kickstarter videos. So I avoid using like World War II stock footage or showing other people playing the game. I really want to get the viewer into the game without any other distractions. Even though I try to keep things as clean and straightforward as possible, I also put in my usual camera pans, tracking, flyover shots, and stuff like that. But it's all about the game, and every shot in there I try to make about the game. So that way it gives you an idea of certainly what the game looks like, of what the game intends to be. And I'm pretty proud of the results. I mean, the video itself came together rather smoothly. What normally happens, and this happens with DVG as well, is that they send me what they want in the video. It's not so much a script normally, although there have been exceptions, but they send me bullet points of, it's like, we want you to touch on all these points to convey to the audience about the game. And so I build my script with that. And in this case, it worked out really, really well. Now, I've had some technical issues with my computer, but it didn't really slow down the creation of the video. And although it did make editing a bit more of a chore. And as I speak, I'm having my computer fixed up. So hopefully the next video that I make, or the next videos I make for the spring of 2024, that issue will be long in the past, and I'll be able to go back to my usual amount of editing. Also, I've just completed a Kickstarter video for another game from another company that's due to be released at any moment, for all I know. Certainly by later in this month or perhaps early next month. But I'm not going to say what it is or what it's about because I haven't received final confirmation about that. All I can say is that my part is done. They liked the video a lot, so at least that's what they conveyed to me. It's just a matter of when they tell you, and I'm not going to jump the gun. So when they release it, I will certainly post it on my channel as well, and I'm just as proud of the results of that video as I was for Blitz in the East. So actually, because my computer is out, you may be wondering how I'm recording the podcast. Well, I got a laptop. It's an old laptop. It's an old Dell laptop. That's not the greatest, but it works pretty well. So that's what I'm doing here in letting you know about this podcast. And now let's go to what's coming up in the future for Speak Out and Seek Out and Play. Right now, I am full bore into writing the scripts for the spring 2024 year, which means videos that start on the first Wednesday of January 2024 and run through the end of June. Spring means one video every Wednesday, and so that's 26 videos in all to be produced because there's 52 Wednesdays in a year, and 26 is half of that, and I produce half and half So that's what this fall is going to be about, is producing the videos for next spring. But Thrilling Tales is on a different schedule. I produce that separately. So what I am doing this month, the month of August, is writing the 20 scripts that will be for coming up next spring. And I will also produce a few videos from a couple of new games that I just received, which will be shown shortly. They will be shown before the end of the year. And but like I said, kind of like Thrilling Tales, anything that's new that comes up, I tend to produce that separately as well. So if everything goes as planned, I should have 20 scripts by the end of August. And then in September, I will audio produce the scripts. And what that means is that I do the narration. I then edit out all the mistakes, all the uhs and ers, and all the cursing and swearing and all that stuff that I do when I screw up. And once that's ready, I put it on the timeline, and then I add music and titles. And even though doing 20 of those doesn't take a month, I do have other jobs. This is not the only thing I do with my life. So there's other things that I do. So it fits in rather well. And then once that's done, by the end of September, then in October, that's when I shoot the 20 videos. And the goal is to have them all completed by Halloween. And again, Thrilling Tales is separate, but 20 of the 26 videos hopefully will be done by Halloween, and then I can focus on other things. But what are the videos that are going to come up over the next few weeks on Seek Out and Play? Well, let me tell you. The upcoming videos for the Seek Out and Play YouTube channel start on August 16th with Upfront, Jungle and Desert Rules. You'll also see the decks from Wargames Vault. I'll put those in there as well. August 23rd is Thrilling Tales, and this time it is the European theater, I promise. I said that last month, and it was really North Africa because I got confused, and I'm not all that smart anyway. But this month is going to be Europe. So you're going to see a 1944 France, Americans versus Germans mission. That's what it's going to be about. On August 30th, which is the 5th Wednesday of August, is going to be my Blast from the Past series, where I cover a out-of-print game. And this time it's a really out-of-print game. It's Milton Bradley's Skirmish, which focuses on the Revolutionary War. And so it's a pretty basic game, but it's interesting. It actually uses plastic pieces, minis even, really, if you want to call it that, ships and George Washington and all that stuff. So there'll be a short overview of that game. And then the first Wednesday of September, which is September 6th, I will have, I hope, fingers crossed, produced my first Warfighter Fantasy video. I just got the game. In fact, I'm looking at it right now. I just got it yesterday. And it'll be kind of a basic how to play. It's really a video that's designed for newcomers to the Warfighter system, particularly those who play RPG games and things like that. So I'm going to develop a series based around that for Warfighter Fantasy. And then finally on the 13th is going to be another Warfighter video, and it's going to be over the rules, and it's called How to Complete the Objective. It's one of the rules in the basic Warfighter system that I've yet to cover, and so that's coming out on the 13th. So, as I mentioned previously, I got not only Warfighter Fantasy, but I also have Freezing Inferno. I received that from Princep Games, and I see videos on both in the future. Now, the Freezing Inferno is kind of a medium, moderate level war game, traditional war game. So that's going to be interesting to dive into, and the production values are really good. So it's going to be an overview and maybe 1 or 2 or 3 videos on that as well, of how to play, what the game's about, how to play it, and so forth. So, but the videos for Freezing Inferno probably will not come out till later this year, and maybe even tied into November and December, where I can make it part of the Winter War, which was the war between Russia and Finland, 1939-1940. And so that month of December might be all tied in with that, and that would work out pretty well. So now that we've gotten through with what's going on, I guess the next step is how to create a wargame YouTube channel, part 2. Now, last time in the series, part 1, I said that anyone who wanted to start a YouTube channel and had the camera, which records audio to do it, can just get started. Just press record and start making videos. If you have not done that, then you need to pause this podcast, make some videos, and then you need to decide if you want to go forward. This podcast here will let you know what to do next. But so if you haven't done that yet, then just start making some videos, pause this podcast, and I'll wait. Okay. So for everyone who is still listening, I assume that you have made a few videos and that you want to expand your channel and you're looking for what to buy. So this part is going to be about the most important item that you will need to create better videos. And that is a good microphone. You need a good microphone because video consists of two parts, the visual and audio elements. The visual part you can usually grade as like A, B, C, D, and F, like in grade school, which, to put it this way, I've seen YouTube channels that have C-level video, kind of shaky footage. The composition isn't the best. The lighting isn't the best. And those YouTube channels have millions of subscribers. And that's probably because we don't expect YouTube creators to have a fully operating TV studio in their homes. They don't have a crew. They don't have the top equipment. So I think that the expectation is if the video isn't perfect, that's fine. As long as we can see what's going on and understand it and it's not too distracting, that's okay. So C-level footage is going to be acceptable. However, audio, that's pass-fail. Either you are easy to understand, the words are clear and free of distracting noise, or we, the public, will turn your video off. That's just the way it works. I mean, the audio quality doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be free of distractions, because if your narration sounds like it was recorded in Oscar the Grouch's garbage can, that's where your video is going to wind up. And to solve that problem, if you have that problem, because most built-in camera microphones, which is to say the microphone that's in the camera or in the smartphone or the tablet that you use, are designed to pick up all sound that's around it. It's not just designed to pick up your voice. So there's a lot of noise, background noise, room noise that's going to be in those microphones. So if that's the case, you can try to treat it using a free program like Audacity to reduce the noise, or you can get a microphone. And what I've got is suggestions for 2 microphones. You don't need both, but either one will do depending on how you make your videos. For a microphone that plugs into your smartphone, tablet, or camera, I recommend the Boya BY-M1 lavalier microphone, and I will include Amazon links to all products that I mention in the YouTube version of this podcast. So you can click on that and go there. But the Boya BY-M1, let me repeat that because I just made a mistake and I'm not going to take it out. I recommend the Boya BY-M1 lavalier microphone. It's a type of microphone, small, it clips to your collar or the top of your shirt or your lapel, and there's a cable that runs to your camera, smartphone, or tablet so you can plug it in. And for those who speak on camera, either in front or behind when you shoot the video, this is the microphone for you. And it's going to set you back, at the time of this recording, $15. Now, for everyone out there who screamed, $15, I will remind you to look on your game shelf and ask how much money you have spent on all those war games that are up there. Because while you might say that, hey, you can sell the games you don't play, the chances are, if you're like me, the only time that they will be sold is at your estate sale. And you won't be around to enjoy the money from that. So the Boya, it's a great little microphone. I use it when I do on-camera stuff. I've done it occasionally. I do almost all my work behind the camera now. But when I want to show the gold, I put on the Boya BY-M1, plug it in. It works great, and it delivers some really good audio. So that works wonderful for me. Now, if you want to record your narration separately and put it straight into your computer or laptop like I'm doing right now, then I'm going to recommend a more expensive microphone. And that's the microphone that I'm using right now, which is a Samsung Q2U handheld. This is a dynamic microphone that offers a major advantage in that it's designed to only pick up your voice. It's really only designed to pick up what's right in front of it. And I've used this microphone for the past couple of years, and it works great. Because, right now I've got a fan nearby that's running. You can't hear it. This house that I'm in has an AC central air system that sounds like a World War II submarine at 100 feet down when it's running. And yet all you hear is my voice. And I'm not treating it in any way other than using a compressor to make it a little bit louder. That's it. So now this microphone will set you back about $70. Now, if you said eep under your breath, I don't blame you. I mean, that's a lot of money. But remember that I'm talking to somebody who's already made some videos and decided that this is what you want to do. So if the price is still a sticking point, then just go with a Boya and record your narration on your smartphone, tablet, or camera. It's only 15 smackers. The audio will be good, and it will help your videos come across much better. And that's the whole point, is you want people to sit and enjoy your videos and not have to strain or try to fight through the noise and distractions to understand what you're saying. So that's it for part 2. In fact, that's the only thing that I really recommend that you purchase is a good microphone. Everything else is just what you want, but a good microphone, getting good sound is really what you need. So getting the audio right is the next step after you get started. And next month, I'm going to talk about more of the style or method that you use to shape your videos and your channel. So in other words, you start off making some videos, now you've improved your audio, and the next step will be about where you go from there. And so anyway, thank you for listening to the Speak Out and Play podcast for August 2023. Catch new videos on the Speak Out and Play YouTube channel every Wednesday. Plus, get in on the conversations on my Twitter and Facebook feeds. And if you want to support the channel, I have a Patreon page as well that provides the podcast and videos 48 hours in advance. So until next time, check out the latest videos on the Seek Out and Play YouTube channel, and I will see you next Wednesday.